He's done for the year. He'll travel. He's going to be an honorary captain. He's got a situation where he's going to be done for the most part. So that's a big loss for us in a lot of ways, obviously, not just as a football player, but as a leader, his grit, being on the field, a lot of experience. You're going to miss that in him, but he's going to be like a coach now. And he's excited about, being able to go with the team and stuff like that. But that's a hard one there for a guy that's a fifth-year guy? Fifth-year senior? Yeah, fifth-year senior. Remember going to his house recruiting him in Texas, and the first time he came on in spring, I guess he looked like he was 195 pounds. Everybody said, "Is that a safety?" I said, "No, man, that's a defensive end." And he's grown into a really good football player for us. A couple other guys, Seven, obviously. TaMarcus, he's going to be fine. He's got a little bruise on his knee. One went down today. He's going to be fine, too. Same thing with him, all precautionary. Who else? You guys probably know. If you got a question about anybody else you didn't see, I can give you an answer to help you. But I mean, I don't think there's anybody else. Nestor, we just took him out kind of hot. It's funny, and he's from Miami. Like, he'll be fine, but it's just okay. And precaution, it's hot. And these big guys, I mean, they can dehydrate fast. And it's amazing. It's just how fast it happens. You wonder, some guys, like I said, he's from Miami. I said, how did you practicing this stuff? So, I don't know. So, we're just always going to try to protect our players. I thought today in practice, we got into a lot of situations. There was probably 75 plays in practice when you total it all out. And I think we got to get into that now. A lot of move the ball. You weren't there at the end. We had two really good 2-minute situations where one offense needed to score, the other one needed to kick a field goal. That was good because I always think in 2-minute, the coaches were on the headphones. We played it like a game. A lot of moving parts in 2 minutes, and it's critical. A lot of those downs are critical, and it gets the guys in shape. That's one of the best drills you can do, I think, to get a football team in shape is 2 minutes. Because guys are on the field, they got to move, the clock's running, know when to call timeout, know when to get out of bounds, know when you make a first down. All that stuff is real football, and so we ended up practicing with that with 2 of them, and that was a lot of fun. We got into the red zone a lot, third down. Pretty competitive practice. Had a couple days off. You knew they were going to be a little sluggish. But for the most part, they competed well. And we'll continue to find out more about our players. And that's a good thing. We'll eventually, have an idea who everybody is. And those are the guys that'll be playing a lot for us. Questions?
Chris Carbon, son of a source. Herm, you hate to think about silver linings in a situation like this, but defensive end might be one of your deeper positions on the team. And so can you talk about Joe Moore and, the return of Trevez Moore and Anthony Cooper?
Yeah, 99, all those guys. You're right. We've got some ends, and we've got some interior guys, too, which makes it interesting. And even though you have those guys, none of those guys have played as many snaps as 91. And it was always a comfort to watch him run out there, knowing that, when big moments in the game start, he'll get those guys in the huddle along with obviously, Soley, because they played a lot together. And that's what you miss about those guys. It's the glue they bring. When the moments in the game are, you have a veteran guy that's played a lot, and just his leadership, that's what you miss about him, too. And he's such a great guy. It breaks your heart, just when we found out, and I found out that night. And I called him and we talked, or I texted him and then he came back the day after and we talked about it. But he knows his role and he'll help this football team. There's no doubt about that.
Do you feel like he'll be able to maybe do things that he otherwise wouldn't have been able to do as somebody who was on the field so much?
Well, I think now he can be the eyes, like in practice, really. And when guys come over, we've got the D-line coach, and he can give guys it's always good to sometimes hear from a player. A guy they respect, right? You play in there. And I think his voice travels when the defense huddles up. He's on the sideline over there with them in practice, and he can say some things to them. and everybody respects the guy. I mean, when the team found out, it's amazing how many guys went over there and hugged him. You know, that's the kind of guy he is, and he's built his reputation over the last 5 years. He's really been just a solid footballer. And you guys come. Where you been? I thought you was lost, man. You lost your key? Okay, I got you, brother.
Michelle Gardner, Arizona Republic. Can you talk about maybe the team bonding trip to Camp T and how that went and what your guys got out of that?
Well, it's the old story. You know, you keep hearing it's going to rain. And I told everybody not raining on my practice. I said, we're going to go. And we went. And it rained when we were done. When we got on the buses. And the guys looked at me and said, Coach, I told you, man. There's a reason I go to Mass over there on Sunday. I did everything I could, though. But it was great. I think for a lot of the guys, first of all, I'm not going to mention who they were, but there was a couple guys, they were afraid to go up. They were like afraid of, like they were worried about bears and snakes, some of the new guys, right? And you look at them, you go, are you kidding me right now? But they all found a way to get up there, and I think it was a great experience for them. You know, and it's a beautiful venue. There's no doubt about it. The field is nice, and I thought, the guys that had been 2 years in a row, and then COVID hit us, obviously, we couldn't go. And then last year we were going to try to do similar to this, but it rained on them. We just couldn't go. And this year I said, it don't matter. We're going to go, and it ain't going to rain, guys. And it didn't rain actually until everyone got on the buses and we were done after the lunch we had and all that stuff. And then it rained as the buses were leaving. I said, it's perfect. Go home, right? But good experience. And he was up there with it. He can tell you. Good experience. He was one of the guys, he wanted to stay over. He wanted to stay in the, bonfire, stay in the bunks. He's old school. Right? But we couldn't do it. We brought everybody back, took everybody. The whole key to that one is when they go up the mountain, after you eat, you start eating, and when we got ready to leave, you're always worried that somebody not come down. Because you'd hate to lose somebody up there, right? Just like, and I kept looking. We were eating, and one of the coaches, what you looking at, Coach? I'm looking up there, man, make sure we got everybody, because you can leave somebody. But everybody got down there, went up. We were good, successful, no injuries, going up, going down. Some of the coaches went up there that here with us that hadn't been, so it's always good to go up there.
All right, Coach, the elephant in the room. Have you named a starter at quarterback yet?
We will probably do that this week. I'll let you know. I'll definitely let you guys know. The longer I can delay it, the better. Make our opponent try to figure it out. Okay.
Hey, Coach, good to see you.
Hey!
Cameron Cox, 12 News. Hope
Where you
everything's
been,
going
man?
well.
On vacation?
I wish.
Okay.
Not so much, Coach.
What's going on?
Doing a story on Donnie. You and him go way back. Do you have any good Donnie Henderson stories you want to share with us?
Well, we go way back, further back than a lot of you guys think. He actually came, I don't know what year it was, but I met him when he came as a free agent to Philadelphia as a rookie corner. And I can remember him then. I met him then, right? And obviously, whatever happened, but I've known him since then. And then in the coaching profession, you know who he is. When I decided to hire a coordinator in New York, I hired him as a coordinator. And the thing I always remember about him is that, you have the script of what you want to call, and he's up in the box, and I'm on the headphone, and you're standing there, and the team starts moving the ball a little bit, I'm off the script. I go, no. Already? And when he got off the script, I knew what that meant. It's either going to be really good, or they're going to make a really, really big play, because he's bringing a lot of people to go tack the line of scrimmage and hit the quarterback, right? And he would say that, I'm off the script. And I go, oh, my God, already? He's been here. He knows these players. He's a good football coach. He knows the history of this place. He's been here. So he gets it. Good with the players. He's been in there. He's been around. It's not like, okay. It's just fun to watch him again, because I can remember the conversation we used to have at night, late at night. We'd sit in there and talk about defense and stuff. Late, real late. We do it now, actually. So we're in good hands with Donnie. think he's a little excited about the opportunity, but I'm good.
Is he the same person?
Oh, yeah, he ain't changed. He's he's always grumbling. I said, you're so grumpy, man. Why are you a grumpy bear? He's just, that's what he is. Good man. Good with the players. Really good with the players. Yeah.
Doug Haller with The Athletic. Herm, you brought in a couple transfer quarterbacks. When you
Yes.
do this, you watch the film, you see them on their visit. What's the biggest thing that you don't know about them until they get here and you see them on the field?
Personality. How do they lead the team? You see some skill sets of what they can do, and they're different offenses sometimes compared to your offense. Some of them have never been under center. It's kind of interesting. So that's a shock to them when they get, I got to go under there. Yeah, I got to go under there. But I just think their leadership qualities, especially, if he's a guy that's kind of been a starter, maybe not been a, whatever, right? How will they lead? Talent-wise, they can recite the offense, the guys we have in the room, but it's just a matter of now when you get in a huddle. Because it's only you out there. There's no coach in there anymore. How does he do that, and how do players respond to him, right? Good quarterbacks have a sense that the players respond to him. They just have that, whatever they call it, they got it. And the players kind of look at them. And I've been fortunate. I've had a lot of good quarterbacks. And that's what they have. They have this certain quality about themselves that you don't have to say anything. It's just, they just get it, and they do it, and we've got some guys in the room that are competing, and this week we'll probably decide who the guy is, and I'll let you guys know. I kind of got an idea, but just the longer I can hold it, better.
Chris and then Kevin.
Herm, right here. I know Jacob Newell was probably headed for a redshirt year, but
Yes.
he also was a guy who got injured. Just any update on him?
Yeah, he's out. He's got a knee. It was leg. I'll just say it that, and he's out. And you hate for guys to get injured. Like I've already said everything I can to do about you guys except crying. So you got him next. And, that's what you hate about this game. Injuries occur. Hopefully they're never ones where they're catastrophic. You're hoping they'll recover. And generally they recover. It's just how long does it take, right? Yeah. I anticipate that. Exactly.
Hey, Coach, Kevin Radford, House of Sparky. Just back to the quarterbacks real quick. You say the longer the better for the purposes of potentially deceiving other teams. So I ask you, what's more important for week one? Not tipping your hand in terms of personnel groupings, or kind of practicing for a couple weeks with consistent personnel groupings? Because the message at Media Day was pretty clearly the sooner we make the decision, the better.
Yeah. Well, I kind of know. I know. You don't know. So I already know. I got a pretty good feeling. I'll leave it at that. We're good. And I think what you do at the quarterback position, and you guys know, you've watched enough football, your ones and your twos, whoever they are, they got to go with their first group. You're one hit away from the number 2 guy going in the game at any moment. So, offense don't change a lot now. The skill set of the quarterback, you might not do certain things with one quarterback than you did with another quarterback. Go back to Vinny Testaverde, Chad Pennington. 2 different guys, both very successful, but you're going to do a little bit more for Vinny this thing, and you're going to do a little bit more for Chad this thing. You have a running quarterback or a guy that plays in the pocket, there's going to be certain plays you dial up for the runner, and the other guy, they all think they can run, but you can't run, so don't worry about it, right? You ain't going to make him run the option. What? Defense will laugh at you, right? You put him in harm's way. So I just think that's what you got to be able to do, and your offense has to be flexible enough to do that, and we have a system that can do that. So that's kind of where it's at. Okay? All right.
Oh, one more. So Julia Lopez, 3TV, CBS 5. A few Twitter rumors going around right now saying that Jaden Daniels has been named or has won the starting spot at LSU.
Oh, really?
Is that surprising, or is that something that you
That's
expected?
great. I'm happy for him. Because in the spring, I think he was like second or something like that, I guess. Good for Jaden. Good for him. Good. He earned it, right? That's what you want. Any player that's been here that decided to go somewhere else, it's never personal. I get it. And so I'm happy for him. I mean, he won a lot of football games for us. I should say, he helped us win a lot of football games, which is great.